Hi, beautiful people. So, I have a question today for you because I had this situation. So, it got me thinking again, right? And that is, how do you deal with a day when it just starts on a wrong foot and it feels like during the day certain things are just building up and up and up and it's getting worse and worse. So how do you get out of that state of mind and out of that vibration, and your feeling? And I'm just gonna now talk from my own personal experience what I had today. So I didn't sleep really good because my little one was not having a good night. She has a cold, so she has difficulty breathing. And of course, when my baby is not sleeping, her mommy is not sleeping because she can't be miserable by herself. And that is her job. And she does her job really good. So, I didn't sleep well, of course. And when I woke up in the morning to bring my big girl to school, I was tired. I was not happy. I was not energized. I was just a little bit tired. So after bringing her to school, I went to do the shopping, and I actually found in Walmart, the local Walmart that I go to, I found one beautiful piece of art, something that is actually for Mother's Day, and Mother's Day was more than a month ago. So I guess it was a leftover and nothing else is there from the Mother's Day. So I knew that it was a leftover and I knew that it should be discounted, but I couldn't find the price. So I went on that price thingy to check the price, and it showed that the price is like 2 cents something, ridiculous, really ridiculous. And I'm like, you know what, even if I don't need it, I'm going to take this one because I really liked it. It was something really really nice, and I could already picture it putting in my mom's bedroom, right? Because it's something for your mom, and I was really happy about it. And I was like, okay, so the day is getting better. And then, my friends, I did the biggest mistake that I could have done in that moment, and that is when I went to pay for my stuff and my shopping. I didn't go to the self checkout, which I usually use. I went to the cashier, and of course, when the cashier saw that this was 2 cents, he said, like, I can't sell you this. I'm like, why not? Like, I'm not stealing it. It was here. Like, it has a code. It's in your system. Why wouldn't you be able to sell me this? This is one of your items for selling. And he says, no, 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 this is the assortment for Mother's Day, and it was supposed to be shipped all together. So it's not supposed to be here. It's a recall. And I'm like, I don't care. It's still here. I found it. I have the right to buy it. So if it's like 2 cents or even, I just don't care. I want to buy it. He's like, no, I can't sell you this. And I was like, are you serious right now? And I was like, so if I went for the self checkout, I would be outside already with that item. And he's like, so he can say yes. But yeah, that was what he meant. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, it's like, it this was your mistake. Okay, you didn't ship it out. That means that you don't have it in your um list, that it's missing, so you don't even know that it's here. So what do you care? Like, I want this, I found it, and it's a good deal for me. Of course it would be a great deal for everybody. And he's like, no, that price, that's nothing. I can't sell you for that price. I was like, okay, so, and then I was like, okay, so can I talk to your manager? And then the manager came and he said the same thing. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, and so I was extremely upset, especially because they didn't, like, to be honest, guys, I really think that it would be fair for me to buy it at the price that it was there. It was their mistake. It happens. It's a huge company. It wouldn't hurt them not even a little bit, and they would have an extremely happy customer. But like this, they had a really unhappy customer that is going to spread the word to everybody. And not just that, also what happened is, like, I just, because I used to work in retail and customer service, and this is just not the way that you deal with a customer. And I believe that this item, the original price was something about $7. And even with the discounted, because the least that they usually do discount the things, it's 75% off. So even if they gave me like a price, okay, you have to pay 25% of this price, I would be okay with that. But they didn't give me any option. They just told me, no, you can't have it. And I was like, so everything inside is for sale. What are you talking about? And then the manager said, no, not everything is for sale. I'm like, what are you talking about? Are you? So it's, I was really upset, and I went outside. I was supposed to go to the hairdresser after that, and I was just like, you know what? In this state that I'm in, I'm not going anywhere. And I just need to change my vibration. I need to change my energy. I need to change my state because I don't feel good. I just feel, tired, exhausted, but it felt like it was just building up and building up. The bad momentum and the negative momentum was building up, and I just needed to do something to switch it. So I was thinking, okay, how can I switch this? Because I know this is just a lesson for me that and lesson for you also. Now I have a story to tell you, and that is when you are in a situation, when you find something, especially in Walmart or stores like that, and you find something that is a really good price, do not go. If you have the option, do not go to the one where the cashier is. Go to the machine, because if it's in the system, it's not a loss for them. For sure, it's not a loss for them. So now I know that I'm going to avoid cashier, as I usually do. To be honest, I don't know why I went there, but I guess I had to learn this message and this lesson, right? So that was what I wanted to take from this situation. And I was like, okay, so I'm teaching people how to calm themselves, how to switch from this shitty feeling where you are just so upset, to the feeling, okay, everything is nice, I'm so happy because the sun is shining. And I was like, okay, if I can do it, how can I teach other people? So what I did after that, I took like 10 minutes or something like that, because one of the things that I learned is that to calm yourself, you need to, in a way, clear your mind. And that is easier said than done, especially when you're really on roll with the negative thoughts. The best way and the quickest way to come to that point of not thinking the best that you can is just focus on something that is really boring. And this is something that I learned from Abraham Hicks. So focus on whatever you don't have resistance toward, whatever thought or sound that you don't have resistance toward. So if you are in a car and you have AC on, just focus on the sound of the AC. If you are anywhere else, and you can just focus on your breathing, or even better, on your heartbeat. So whatever you can just focus on, and you don't you don't have resistance toward that, right? You don't have negative thoughts regarding your heartbeat. Oh, it's not beating the best, or you don't think about it like that. You have no thought about it, because it's not something that it's not, as Abraham Hicks said, it's not somebody that screwed you or messed with you or disappoint you. It's you. That's the resistance that usually is built up regarding certain subjects. So just go with a subject that you don't have a resistance toward. And after that, when you tune into that, you start quieting down, and your vibration naturally is going to flop back. But of course, it's not easy to just get there. But when you know a few tricks, and when you know what the path is and what the steps are, it's much easier for you to get there. And everything is practice. Don't expect that you're going to get there from the first try, because everything is practice, and the more you do it, the more easier and the more natural it comes to you. So I took my own advice and Abraham's advice, and I did that. And I have to say, like in the next, so it took me around 15 to 20 minutes for me to calm down a little bit. And then after that, I was like, okay, so, at first I felt such a huge feeling of disappointment and just unfairness and just being screwed, and it's like it's not fair. Like, this is not the rule, those are not the rules of the games. And then you also, I felt like I'm powerless, completely powerless, here. And then after I did this exercise, I started coming back and floating back and understanding that this, who cares about this? I don't really care about this. This was not the purpose of me going to the store. This was just something that I had to learn, I guess, the lesson that was coming to my existence. And I, after I did this kind of process, it was so much easier for me. So I'm not going to tell you now stories that, the whole day was peachy. Some of that momentum was still build up. It was still, I was still carrying around throughout the day up until now. Now is the middle of the day. But I have to say, as the day progressed, I'm better and better. And I was so much better after the 20 minutes of doing that. So as I said before, it's a process. You're not going to get there from, with one jump. Everything is a process. You have to build your muscle, your resistance to the negative, and you have to build that mind muscle, basically. And that takes a little bit of time and a little bit of repetition. So the most important thing is just to understand and realize that whenever the momentum like that, because this momentum that was really built up, it was really too hard for me to just say, okay, I don't care about it, because it was so big for me at that moment. It just overwhelmed me, overflowed me. So I felt powerless to that also. But when I remember that that's okay, and I was not upset with myself because of that, I just understood where I stood, and I understood that those are the steps that I need to take, and it became so much more easier for me and so much more better in a feeling. Basically, I was feeling so much better. And also, well, this is me. One thing that really helped me was when I came back and I just hugged my girl, because she's, my girls are the love of my lives. Of course, I do love other people in my lives, but they are just my biggest loves. So when I hugged my girl, I felt so much easier also. So that also helped me. And again, I just hope that this story is going to help you whenever you feel like that, because we all go through the same emotions in one way or the other. We all have similar or the same feelings. So nobody is immune to that. If you're human, you're not immune to the negativity and negative feelings. And, shitty things happening to you. But if you see it from the perspective that everything is a lesson for you to learn, and nothing is in vain, and nothing is here to be just mean to you, then it's so much easier. You feel like, okay, the world is on my side, it's not against me. So that's how I shifted my mindset today. And I hope this is going to be a good example for you whenever you are in a similar situation, that you can start shifting your mindset when you are going really on a bad path. And believe me, you don't need that, because when you're on a bad path, the momentum builds up even more. So shitty things continue to happen, and even more and more. And who needs shitty things in their life? Who needs that? So I hope, again, that this was helpful, and let me know what you think, or do you have any comments in the comments, and what are your stories? How did you deal with your shitty day and your emotions? How did you get through that shittiness and became a bright, happy person, like in a matter of a day? How did you change your mindset really quickly? Have fun until my next video. Until then, if you would like to connect with me, please do check the description below. All All my social media links are there, and hit like and subscribe, and see you in my next video. Bye bye for now.